Hello and what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another cast. This is another live cast of ESL 1 Hamburg 2017. This is the elimination game between Keem Gaming and SG Esports. The loser gets knocked out of the tournament, has no chance of going to the playoffs. These are the two underdogs of this tournament. They somehow end up playing against each other here in this lower bracket group stage match. Both the games are super close, Game 1 and Game 2. With Keen Gaming taking game 1 and SG Esports taking game 2, and I thought this would be a good game to cast because it seems like it's pretty action packed. There's a lot to watch. I can practice some of my observing skills. This cast is more so focused on the action, so we're gonna get some analyst Hachi here and there, but for the most part I'm just gonna be trying to cover the action, and hopefully I don't miss any kills, or I probably will miss a kill here and there, but I'll try my best, guys. So, looking at both these teams' drafts, SG Esports taking a page out of old OG's book or something like that. I saw the Venge carry. It was picked as probably a response to the Bat Rider, most likely. I thought they were going for the heck is this camera? Alright, back onto my camera here. And hold on, let's fix things. Let me zoom out. Ready? Sorry about this. Should set this up beforehand, but I always forget. Anyway, I thought they were gonna go for the Broodmother strat that Maneski came up with, or they would pick the Puck off lane and Venge carry with the Broodmother in the mid lane. But I think that Alchemist kind of fill in the same role. It's a hero that farms up really fast, hits like this timing where he's like super strong. He's like no other hero can compare to him because of his Grievel's greed. And then they're going to try to end the game off of that. He can even give Puck Aghanims later on, so Puck doesn't have to buy one for himself. And the thing I'm talking about is the interaction between Puck and Venge, where you can get the Ag's Dream Coil, and you just place it on their core, and then Venge just swaps in. Usually Venge buys like tanky items, so she doesn't really die, so she can just like either force herself away with the Hurricane Pike or whatever. But that's a 4-second stun with the Aghanim's Dream Coil, goes through BKB, and it's pretty much gonna allow you to guarantee to take high ground once you get to that point, because you can just immediately pick off their core and force a buyback, or if they don't have buyback you can just end the game. But we're just gonna see an arrow, didn't miss the kill there, hit onto Clockwork, and they will get the first blood. Wrong picking that one up. And I think Wrong is the most experienced player on Keen Gaming. I think he's played on IG in the past and some other teams. I can't really remember, but he was having some good plays on defensive supports game 1 and game 2, and he's again on a defensive support. This is just a Chinese playstyle. We're going to see a 2v2 in the mid lane here. Monkey King will get his Jingu up, but he's tanking some tower shots. He's taking a ton of damage from the Disruptor nukes, and ooh, Rocket Flare coming out from the Clockwork, loving that one up, level 1. Not very common, but it will allow him to get that kill. It was not first blood, however, because they already lost the Clockwork. Alright, so he's going to get some revenge there in the mid lane. Monkey King going a little bit too deep there. He didn't really keep track of the tower range, and he ended up tanking, I think, 2 or 3 tower shots, which allowed him to, or allowed the Clockwork to secure the kill there with the Rocket Flare. Got a little bit too greedy there for the Jingu stacks. Now there's a huge creep wave, but Wrong is rotating in. Fissure will block off the Alchemist and block away the Disruptor. That might have been a double kill actually if he could get both, but it's going to allow him to secure that kill onto ADR, 40R, and have a pretty action-packed early game right now. Wrong didn't make the long rotation for that. And the thing is, I think the Clockwork placed his ward here, and even though they got the first blood on him, they didn't scout it out, even though that Wrong does have the sentry ward. I guess they just didn't see it. But Wrong will make the rotation back to the bottom lane. As for Liposa, he should do okay in this lane. During the drafting phase, I noted that because they picked the Puck after the Mirana, I think, it was just going to allow him to secure that 1v1 matchup. It was most likely a Mirana carry. Of course, the Mirana could have gone mid, but picking the Mirana up that early just made it seem like it was the carry pick for Keen, and they will get that matchup. So SG setting that one up. They really like the puck. Theolacore's Clockwork, his Night Stalker, as well as his Nyx got banned out, but this is also one of his signature heroes, and he's quiet for now, but I expect him to make some plays later on, especially against the Monkey King. I think that Clock is pretty good against Monkey King, able to use the Rocket Flare to get vision into the trees and set up some nice hook shots. But we might see Dark going down here. No, he's fine. Constabile on the safe lane Venge. We'll max out the stun. This is pretty much the standard build for Venge. Venge as a core, she doesn't farm up too fast. Her tower pushing is okay, but this carry Venge is mostly picked to just fight. And they have the heroes to do so with the Clockwork and the puck. And they can just continuously fight with the Venge and make space for the Alk to get 6 slotted. And from there, they can look to take Roshan's, something that Venge is good at as well. So with the Monkey King last pick coming out from Keen Gaming, it's giving them a very good matchup against Alchemist, which is forcing him to jungle here. So he's just bought into this very early Iron Talon and farming up some stacks created for him by, I think it was like Theolacore, or could have been Bardino as well. But because the Alchemist is just going to jungle now, Bardino is going to rotate himself to the safe lane instead of just continuously trying to help out this mid lane. But Adriano will come back to try to get some lasts under tower, but he has to watch himself as Monkey King does have dive potential onto him. We see a chase here onto Wrong. They don't have the cogs, and even if they do, he can fly over it. And in the mid lane, we're going to see them go right back onto 40R, and even with a rotation coming in from Bardino, they're not going to be able to save him, but they might get the counter kill onto GGG. Puck jaunts forward, but GGG still has the Jingu stacks up, 2 up there for him, and TP rotation coming in from 40R, trying to block GGG, but he's already healed up to full due to the salve, and he's going to get himself away just fine. Now back to jungling for Adriano, and what the heck happened? Alright, that was one shot from the Jingu stack that he still had left. There's just fissure into stun there, and Bardino just hits the dust, has to go back to the fountain. But pretty fast respawn. He doesn't have TP though. And again, they're just trying to cover this Alchemist as much as they can. GGG farming up to treads. It's pretty standard in a Monkey King. Sometimes you see Monkey King goes phase, but in a more carry position, more often than not, we see MKs getting treads, especially if it's accompanied by something like a Battle Fury. But we're going to see Bat Rider as well as Wrong. The deep dive here onto Constabile, and they will get the kill. And the thing about Vengeful Spirit, if she's left alone, she's very susceptible. But Earthshaker getting caught. He's trying to contest this Alchemist stacks. Will run into the wrong neighborhood as the supports are there to protect him. And he will lose his life for that. As for Mirana, she is farming pretty much freely in the bottom lane here, and because Puck has made some rotations out of the lane, he's nowhere near keeping up with the Mirana in terms of CS, but he's getting some kills here and there. Actually, no, he hasn't assisted in the kill yet, so his rotations haven't gotten him any kill participation, actually. Surprising. Oh, see Dark TP onto the shrine, runs into Theolacore. He's going to try to chase him down. Wrong is here with the Arctic Burn, but Constabile rotates in, gets a stun there onto Wrong. Wrong doesn't have the Cold Embrace, and even if he does, he's just going to die anyway. And he'll lose his life there. And Venge is a very good fighting core. Uses her stun there on a creep, alright. I don't know about that. She doesn't have that big of a mana pool. In the meantime, though, GGG is just free farming the mid lane. He's in a pretty much uncontested lane of the support. Maybe the support will show up lane or something like that, but Alchemist is full-time jungling. And he's getting some farm, but he's not getting that much experience out of the jungle. And his farm is not doing that great either. So, Keen Gaming responding to this last pick, Alchemist, appropriately. They're going to use a scan. They spot him out. They're going to send Earthshaker in here just to scare Adriano, maybe sap a little bit of experience. And he will do just that. Adriano really can't do anything about this. Can't kill Earthshaker at all. He'll have to rotate the clock over here to deal with him. He's going to try to steal a CS, and he gets like 4 of them. It's a nice play there from, I don't remember his name, I don't know how to pronounce it. So I'm just going to call him Earthshaker for now. But GGG in the mid lane will get trapped in the cogs of Clockwork, which is actually a good thing for him because he does have the Jingu stacks up. And will kill him through the tower, doesn't really care. Getting his man up at this point. We're going to see the catch onto the puck and the Starstorm will hit. And puck will go down. Laposa, the first death on the map. And they're going to shrine up together here. Monkey King, Earthshaker, as well as Marana. And for now, early game looking like it's going pretty good for Keen Gaming. Vengeance not having the greatest lane in the world either, while Marana and Monkey King, the two cores on the side of Keen Gaming, pretty much having free games. Now Marana will rotate out. She has everything she needs to really start making some aggressive moves. Level 8, maxed out Starstorm, and looks like she's looking to make some plays with Earthshaker, but sees a creep camp that she can arrow real quick. But they're making a long trek to the top lane, and they're going to smoke up under the shrine. This is going to leave some open space for Wrong to get some levels in the bottom lane. While in the mid lane, we're going to see a gank onto GGG. He gets glimpsed back, but he gets the Jingu stacks up, and Marana is here with the Starstorm. They get 2 kills there. Alchemist has to run for his life. Laposa does rotate in, gets the Dream Core onto 2. Marana is tanking the tower. Ying should fall here, but no, he gets the magic wand off in time. Constabulary doesn't have mana for stun. He won't be able to stun Monkey King. He still has 10 stick charges, but I think he should fall here. Jingu stacks still up to 2, so if he can get the Boundless Strike off, it will only connect onto 1, so he doesn't get that much healing off of it, but it will allow him to heal up just enough to survive. While Marana in the back line actually went too deep there, trying to chase Constabulary down, and he will fall. I didn't expect him to go back in there, but he got greedy for that one. And now Constabulary and Theocore will shrine up, and they're looking for a kill onto somebody here, but Monkey King has already TP'd back to base. He somehow survived that, but the only hero they're going to find here is the Winter Wyvern, and they're going to look to take him out. Alchemist even rotated down the bottom lane as well, but Keen Gaming knows this, and with the Clockwork, unable to cogs Wrong up because of the Arctic Burn, he's going to be able to escape, and Batrider made the timely rotation in. Constabulary will have to swap himself away, and they'll just lose the Clockwork. Really nice rotations there from Keen Gaming. Batrider was there almost immediately. They smelt that smoke coming, and they were able to turn that one around, and Wrong with the Arctic Burn did not get trapped up in the cogs and allow him to escape and turn that gank around. GGG makes his way back to the mid lane, and he will be farming up a first item, Diffusal Blade. Gets himself a DD rune here and see if he can get anything done with it. It was spotted out by a SG ward, so they should know that he picked this one up, and he's going to show himself in the lane now. He's just going to use it to farm. You know, it's just really no chance I can catch anyone right now. In the meantime, though, Ying will be putting some split push pressure in the top lane, and they'll have to send someone back on the side of SG Esports to defend this. Otherwise, they'll just give them a free tower, and this is not going to come with any trade at all. In the meantime, the mid tower is also getting taken out. Instead, they're going to look to go for a counter gank onto G, but he gets the leap away. The smooth moves there in the tree dance, he escapes that gank, and in the meantime, the counter gank here with the TP rotations coming in. Moonlight Shadow was used, and they get a nice fissure blocking off Bordino there, and he's going to go down. Or is it Bordino? It has an Enye, I think it's Bordino. But they're going to push into the mid tower now, so this is 2 towers going to the side of Keen Gaming for really no trade. I mean, this is time the Alchemist is farming up, but he's not doing that good. Usually you expect Alchemist to be close to the Radiance by now, but he's nowhere near it. He just picked up his armlet and only has 600 gold in his stash right now. He's going to go for a counter push play while in the mid lane. We're going to see the lasso used onto Laposa. He's going to go down. His mid tower is still somehow alive, and they're going to fight under the tower. And with the Monkey King ultimate, the Wukong's command, he doesn't care about the tower shots onto him. He might have to care now as he's getting stunned up. He's also affected by the Wave of Terror, but he's completely okay. This gets glimpsed back. That will save Bardino's life. And tower still lives on 100 HP. In the meantime, the bottom ladder did fall, but they go in with a gank. They get the stun arrow onto Alchemist, and that's a huge kill for Keen Gaming. And they're just taking over this early game now, and there's no space on the map for this Alchemist. He's feeling choked out. He already lost his safe lane tower. This mid tower is really low, and just seems like SG, even though the net worth advantage is not looking that bad quite yet, it's feeling a lot worse than it really looks. 3k advantage at the 12-minute mark. Usually with a team like or team with an Alchemist, you want to be ahead by 3k at least, and even then you consider yourself a little bit behind. But ADR just having a pretty rough game right now because of this Monkey King last pick coming in from Keen Gaming, and they're gonna rotate their heroes back up to this mid lane and finish off this tower. When you see the Dream Coil onto GGG, cancels the Boundless Strike here real quick. He might fall here. He's falling low, but he does have the Winter Wyvern to back him up, so they're not even gonna commit for this kill, as they don't have the damage output, I don't think. And I did mention that Keen Gaming did get this bottom tower. Clockwork should hit a 6 here, and this is going to open up more plays for SG. They need the 6 on the Disruptor as well, but he still has a full level to hit before he can get his ultimate up. While Keen Gaming, they have ultimates on all their heroes. They got the Winter Wyvern ultimate. Echo Slam was used in the bottom lane, so that's still in cooldown, but they're going to smoke gank up here, but they run into Constabile. He breaks it, and I think he saw him. The scan will come out now, and SG know exactly where SG know exactly where King Gaming are, and they're gonna avoid this smoke gank. So smoke won't connect, but this is buying some time for Batrider to farm up towards this Blink Dagger. It's a pretty important item for King Gaming to start these fights, and he's a little bit more than halfway there. With the smoke scouted out, Constabile going to push out this bottom lane without much fear. He has his team backing him up as well. 40R had to rotate all the way down here as well because he doesn't feel safe in his own jungle. They will ward out his jungle here. It's going to give them pretty decent vision. In the meantime, though, Keen Gaming just looking to assert their dominance over the map. This is really the only place that SG can play right now because of Keen Gaming's positioning. They have no chance of trying to contest and regain control of their jungle here. If anyone tries to walk up and ward, they're most likely going to die. So they're just going to have to just give up their jungle at this point and play in this bottom side of the map. Maybe put some split push pressure onto this tier 2 and force King Gaming back. But it doesn't look like King Gaming is interested in that at the moment. Instead, they're just looking to put as much pressure onto this tier 2 as possible with their heroes while Batrider farms up his Blink. Once he gets that, I'll expect them to make more plays, but actually SG will all TP back home and look for a smoke gank, but it's going to be met with Moonlight Shadow gank coming in from Keen Gaming. They're scouting out right now. They're not really sure where SG is, so they're still playing a little bit cautious, but GGG will run into Thelocore, and he has the Diffusal Blade. It's going to allow him to slow up and get that solo kill pretty much. In the meantime, you get the lasso onto Constabile, the perfect target, as he's the hero with the ability to cancel the lasso with his swap, and somehow in there Bardino dies in the crossfire as well. Again, this is just buying more time for 40R, but with his teammates dead now, and even just an Earthshaker showing up in his lane, he can't really be there anymore, so he'll have to rotate back into farm this jungle camp. And speaking of this Earthshaker, he's really close to his Blink Dagger. He needs 20 gold, so soon to be 2 Blinks coming up for Keen Gaming, and Earthshaker actually getting an earlier Blink than the Batrider pretty much. He will get an earlier Blink than the Batrider, so just showing that he's had a huge impact on this game so far. Really good mid ganks. He contributed a large part into shutting this Alchemist down. And that's actually a really nice ward from Thelocore. I didn't know you can place this ward from inside the trees here, and it will allow him to set up this really nice hook shot. Hits onto the Mirana, and she gets caught by the Dream Coil and silenced up as well. Can't get the leap away immediately, but she still will be able to leap out. Winter Wyvern does fall there, but Mirana survives. And GGG in the meantime just gets the kill there on the bottom lane. But I'm watching this gank here. Alchemist getting solo killed there. I believe, yeah. Earthshaker might have contributed a little bit, as he did just pick up his Blink, but I think the Blink Dagger just came up. Because Curry is still flying back. I don't know. Nah, I'm no Pimp Monko yet, guys. And they will smoke up here as too. In the meantime, though, SG making a move of their own, but they're not smoked up. And King Gaming don't have eyes onto them quite yet. And they will find the initiation. Blink silence onto Wrong. They do have the Dream Call in 18. Just gets glimpsed back. He gets the Golden Brace off. This is buying a lot of time. Gets the ultimate off as well. This will hold SG in place. And now, Earthshaker coming in. Good silence onto the Monkey King, canceling the Wukong's command. They're going to try to make the retreat now, but Theodore gets caught by the Diffusal Blade. He gets a hook shot out, however. Oh, Earthshaker comes in, misses his stun, but they will finish him off. Godlike Sheik for GGG finishes him off with the Boundless Strike. And what happened to Alk? He died to the Batrider. Alright, so we're missing the Alk kills here, but that was Blink reveal onto the Batrider. Simultaneous fights in the bottom lane and mid lane. And Alk dies once again. He still doesn't have his relic off, and I think it's too late. I feel like at this point, even if he gets the Radiance up, he's not going to be able to fight, but this kill onto GGG will be huge. 950 gold going to Theodore, getting the kill steal with the rocket. He's going to find more here, potentially. He does not have the hook shot up, however. Earthshaker stuck in a very precarious situation. He's going to turn and fight, though. Gets the Echo Slam, finishes it off. Pardinho. Dark trying to get away. 40R really wants this kill. He's really close to his Radiance, or at least the Sacred Relic, and he wants the kills. And they swap back wrong. He flies over the trees, though, and he should be able to get away. Oh, he gets caught out. Leposa. Oh, doesn't have the Dream Coil, so Wrong makes the narrow escape, TP's out, and we'll be back home safely and based. Keen Gaming lose 3 there, which is a bit of a turnaround for SG, but I feel like Alchemist is still too far behind. He'll have his Sacred Relic now, but it is 18 minutes in the game, 19 minutes in the game, and he still doesn't have that Radiance. I feel like they mess up one more fight or they get ganked. GGG walks into Roshan and he can just get that Aegis onto him and they'll have no answer at that point. I don't think they have the damage output to kill him twice at this point. And Radiant Scan used. It will scout out this gank coming in from SG. And they're going to play safe except for Batrider. I don't know what you're doing there, Dark. He gets Dream Coiled, swapped in. But he's going to be able to fly over the trees, the flying heroes. But he doesn't manage to escape. He will go down. They had the detection for him in the Moonlight Shadow. And he will be another casualty for the side of Keen Gaming. So they're starting to feed some kills away here. But this is buying some time for Ying to take out this bottom tier 1. That's still alive somehow. Monkey King, surprisingly, actually went for a Shadow Blade. He's just looking for solo kill potential here. I'm gonna see it. He gets the Boundless Strike onto 2. Gonna pop the Wukong's command now. Theodore will push him back with the cogs, and this will allow him to get away safely. Again, they're buying time for the Alchemist. He does have the Radiance now at the 20-minute mark. Very delayed Radiance. Usually you expect Alchemist to get it by the 14-minute or 15-minute mark after the armlet, but just because of all the pressure put on the map to him, as well as the deaths that he's had, it's going to delay this Radiance incredibly. And usually when the Alchemist picks up the Radiance, you want to have some farm time with it, but it feels like they're just going to have to fight with this Radiance, and that just doesn't feel good, especially if the fights don't go their way. And Alchemist is still very squishy. He doesn't have that much armor, and I mean, he does have the armor from the armlet helping him out, but Monkey King can still shred him pretty easily. Surprised that Monkey King didn't go for a Deso build this game. Said he's going for the Shadow Blade. They already have the Moonlight Shadow, but I think he's just favoring some extra pick-off potential on his own and allowing him to scout out and set up kills by himself. And speaking of looking for kills, King Gaming positioning themselves in the bottom lane, looking for anybody from SG, but SG is long forecast this rotation, and they've rotated really far away from this bottom lane. They're just going to let their towers fall at this point. There's no chance that they contest. They're just going to push the waves in, which will force King Gaming to go back and defend eventually. We're going to see the hook shot there onto Dark, but he flies away again. They have these really good flying heroes against the Clockwork. The Cog's not going to lock them down, and Clockwork will go down here. Oh, he manages to hide. Instead of going for the clock, they want more. They want the backline. Pardinho is going to go down. Constabile popping the Mask Mana is running for his life. Clockwork will eventually go down to Earthshaker. And SG will only lose their 2 supports here. Oh, I'm going to see potentially GGG getting caught out here. They will use the Dream Coil. They have 3 heroes there. Dream Coil into the swap. That's going to be a decent stun duration onto him. They follow up with the Alchemist as well, but they don't have detection, and the Shadow Blade saving his life. He might have still been okay there because his supports were coming in, but Shadow Blade definitely securing his escape there. This is Monkey King being a huge nuisance to SG Esports in this game. I mean, it's been so slippery. They just haven't been able to lock him down and kill him. They just don't have the damage output at this point. And I don't know if they ever will, even later on in the game. A lot of squishy heroes on the side of SG, and with the Wukong's command, I think every time GGG will just be able to man up. Adriano does pick up the Boots Travel now, which will allow him to split push, but he still has to be very careful as the map is pretty dark. They have some decent wards over here, but that's only because they're fighting. It doesn't provide them with much vision. As for Keen Gaming, they have very deep wards and they can see exactly where SG are. They have good scouting heroes as well. This Bat Rider, it's not, he doesn't really give good vision anymore since he's been nerfed into the dust, but he will be able to freely move forward and, you know, scout out with the Firefly without much fear of dying. You see they're looking for some hero hiding into the trees. They're going to use the Moonlight Shadow as well. They know that SG are somewhere in this pocket here, and they want to catch him out. And they just aren't sure exactly where, as their wards don't cover this area. They have the rest of the jungle secure, but SG hiding in this dark pocket of the map here, and it's actually going to scare King Gaming back, as they're not really sure where SG are. They don't want to get caught by surprise. They're trying to bait SG into them, if anything, where they have vision, but SG not going to take the bait, and they're just going to back off. Venge TPs to the top lane, Alchemist TPs back home, and is going to resume farming. But his farm is still not looking that good. It didn't open up the net worth, unfortunately, but we'll see that he will be at the top now, but he's followed very closely by the Mirana, which is never a good sign if you're an Alchemist. Mirana having a fairly good game, going for the Maelstrom, and she'll find herself a DD rune. And they're looking for a potential play here onto the Venge top. They're going to rotate Monkey King in, but this is a bit of a bait. Consibilia has backup, and Earthshaker doesn't commit the Echo Slam, and very fast stun from Consibilia will turn this gank around. They lose Monkey King as well. Nice bait from SG, and this will be a huge turnaround. In the meantime, they're fighting the mid lane as well. Ying battling up with 4DR. He does have the backup though, so ADR has to be very careful. The Posa goes in. He wants to try to catch somebody, but he's already committed his Dream Coil, so he'll have to just use up the Mirana, hope for the best, but she still has the leap away. And even with the glimpse back, she arrows onto somebody. It was the Alchemist, and fortunately for Keen Gaming, it's only going to be 2 losses for them. Mirana managed to escape, but still, this is a decent turnaround from SG. They're buying time. Alchemist is getting more and more farm, and they're finding their way back into this game. As for the late game, I feel like it's actually fairly even, just because of the synergy between Alchemist, Ags, and all these heroes. He can give literally every single hero on his team Ags, and it'll feel impactful. Disruptor Ags, super good. Clockwork Ags, really good as well. Vengeful Ags, it's not bad, but especially as a core Venge, I mean, I would say it's pretty good on a core Venge. Being able to survive longer in the fight, dish out some extra damage, cast her spells as well. Puts her Nether Swap on a very low cooldown as well. Or is that what it does? Yeah. Alright. I'm not crazy. But of course the Pug Axe I did mention previously. I can't actually read the description here, but Scepter cooldown. Yeah, I see it. Scepter cooldown 10 seconds, but we're gonna see a fight break out here. Hookshot used onto Ying, but the Echo Slam coming out from the Earthshaker is gonna be huge. They're gonna turn around this fight. What looked to be initiation onto Keen Gaming was turned around swiftly with the Echo Slam. They get the lasso as well, and it's going to be 2 kills for Keen Gaming. Mirana's 10-second BKB charge was committed there, but I think that's fine. I do think they need to start looking towards Roshan. However, the respawn timers on these heroes are fairly short. They're not very high level. In the meantime, though, Alchemist putting some pressure onto the bottom lane, and they actually won't even look towards Roshan at all, which is surprising. And my alarm is going off. I'll deal with that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And SG knows that BKB was committed, and they're going to try to look for a smoke or something like that. Echo Stam will still be on cooldown as well, and they'll find the Mirana, but will she get caught out? Rocket Flare comes in, there's the glimpse back, but they miss time. The ultimate from Disruptor, and she manages to leap away. And they're going to try to turn this one around now. Dealer with really nice cogs. This will probably cover his team's escape. It might mean that he loses his own life here, but his team should be saved. However, no, Monkey King TP's down to the side. He finds Bardino, but they will save all the cores. Only supports will fall, and I think that could have gone a lot worse because King Gaming were coming back in full force. However, they get the lasso onto Puck in the mid lane, and GGG is here, finishes off the kill, and now they can go into Roshan. And actually, they might even just go high ground. They know that the Disruptor ultimate was committed, and Dream Coil as well. It does have short cooldown though, but they're looking for some more here. They're not rushing anything, it seems. Not even looking towards Roshan. They're not even going to bat an eye. They're looking for more kills, actually. Alchemist, hidden in the trees, will turn off his Radiance. He's making sure that he doesn't alert any attention. Should be able to TP out. I'm surprised he's staying for this long. Like, Monkey King could be jumping the trees right now. And, I guess he's showing the lane, but he will finally TP himself away. As for the rest of SG, they've fallen behind significantly. But again, Alchemist can farm for this whole team. And 4 really good Agnums upgrade. And if they can win a couple of team fights, I'd say they definitely have a chance late game. With this series between SG and Keen Gaming, it just feels like it doesn't matter who really has net worth advantage. I mean, Keen Gaming have a 5k net worth advantage. They're doubling up, more than doubling up the kill score of SG at this point, but I feel like SG can still win this off of one good fight, and Keen Gaming realizing this as well. They're showing some reserve, not going for Roshan, not making any risky moves. They're just going in with the safe plays and playing this game relatively slow. They're getting more and more kills on the map, but it's not winning them the game. It's putting them further and further ahead, but they haven't made a move yet that will actually give them a way to win or actually end the game, kill the throne. But they're getting very farmed on this Monkey King and Mirana, and we'll see what they can do with their farm here. So I feel like Mirana scales fairly well. I think in this game, she does have a good chance of going to the late game. But as soon as I say they're showing some reserve, they're looking to actually pressure high ground. They're feeling confident with the BKB onto both of their cores, and they're going to start pounding onto this tier 3. GGG frontlining this team fight. And SG will make their way back into the base. They're going to commit the Winter Wyvern Cold Embrace here, but he's not going to be able to use it onto teammate now. Again, the glimpse brings GGG back, but the Dream Coil onto 2. There's the combo. Puck Dream Coil into swap. They get the Mirana in, and she doesn't have a chance to pop her BKB off, but really good Winter Wyvern ultimate hits onto the Vengeful Spirit. She will go down. Her teammates killing her there. They get the lasso back onto the Alchemist, and GGG is just way too strong. They use everything to try to kill the Mirana. They get a really good turnaround with the Winter Wyvern ultimate. They don't have an answer to this Monkey King. Look at that Puck. He just walks into the Wukong's command for a second, and he almost dies. Nice Cold Embrace, saving the Earthshaker there. He does get caught into the cogs, but pushback from the Bat Rider will actually just push the Clockwork out, and the Echo Slam coming out, he will go down. The buyback did come out from Constabile, but he has to be careful not to die back here. 40R's TPing in. They know that they've committed to everything at this point pretty much, but he actually was just stunned himself, doesn't have the detection to see GGG, and that fight will be huge for King Gaming. They lose Mirana, but they force the buyback out of 2 cores on the side of SG, and this is going to turn that roughly 5k net worth advantage to a 9k, and even a little bit more, I'm assuming. I didn't click the fight recap in time, unfortunately, but huge play there from Keen Gaming. Monkey King is getting incredibly hard to deal with, and now he's building into a Scotty. I'm still surprised he didn't go for a Deso. So allow him to breach high ground a lot easier, but He's just going to go for some more control and tank, I guess. But he will get himself caught out here. As they saw him in the bottom lane, really well-timed smoke coming out from SG. He did not expect that one. And it's going to be a pretty big pick-off. The post is getting the kill there. Another streak going to SG. Not as big as last time, though. That was 900 gold going to Thielecore. But this is going to open up some more space, and they might head into Roshan here. Is SG going to go for the play? I mean, this could win them the game. It also can lose them the game if this Monkey King buys back. And King Gaming knows that this is going on. They have the Winter's Curse. They have the Bat Rider Lasso as well with a gem. Mirana shoots the arrow in there. And they actually will get Roshan. Thielecore creating so much space. Bat Rider wants to go in for the steal. The Winter's Curse comes out. Roshan is actually not dead there. Dark actually gets the kill onto Roshan. He gets the Aegis steal as well. Alchemist dies. He does not have buyback. That was a dieback for Dino getting chased down. They don't even have to commit the Monkey King buyback. They can test with only 4. Puck falls as well. And oh my god, Constabile, he might be in trouble here. He has to watch out. Don't farm the jungle creeps. That's actually so unnecessary. He gets caught by the fissure. The arrow comes out, will not connect, and he will survive. But, I mean, he was playing with fire there. And Thielecore did a really good job of creating space for his team. However, he couldn't stop the Bat Rider. He ran right in there with the Firefly. He didn't care about the cogs. I mean, he got pushed back, but he went right in there. They got a really well-timed Winter's Curse off. I mean, wrong with the play. That Winter's Curse definitely allowed him to make that play there. And they came in there, killed Roshan, stole the Aegis, and now they're going to take the top racks. Alchemist dead for 20 seconds. They might be able to defend this. Puck is up. But they're not even going to try. Oh, instead, the double initiation coming in. Dream Coil and Lasso coming at the same time. The Dream Coil not really doing anything as the Lasso came onto the damage dealer on the side of SG in the Vengeful Spirit. And he'll just get taken out by Ying. Buyback comes out from the Puck, but this looks like it might be Ying. The huge play at the Rosh Pit there from Keen Gaming. I mean, they're not looking like a weak team. They might be an underdog, but I feel like if they can play like this game, they definitely might be able to upset some teams. Of course, SG didn't have a great laning stage, but we're going to see the fight break out here. Probably the last fight of the game. Thielecore taking so much damage from the Mirana. Earthshaker actually manages to live. And they get the Winter's Curse just to hold down this Alchemist. He might even stun himself here, and he will. And that Monkey King just jumps in, drops Wukong's command out. Puck does take out the Mirana in the left there, if you can see. But, I mean, everyone is dead on SG. Mirana buys back immediately just to close out the game, and Puck can try to cut the creep waves. He even has an arcane rune to help him do so, but they can even just go straight for mega creeps or the throne maybe. Earthshaker is fairly low though, has to watch out. Puck comes in with the Dream Coil, should be able to burst Earthshaker here, and he will, but Earthshaker just buys back. He just wants to close out this game, and even if they die back at this point, they still have 2 tier 2s up on the map, so it's not like King Gaming is going to be able to make some counter plays to go for a Rax Throne, except for in the bottom lane. And they're just going to go all in here for the Mega Creeps. Hookshot hits onto Mirana. Keep in mind, she doesn't have the buyback. She's fairly low as well. Bat Rider in trouble, but he does still have the Aegis and the gem as well. He had a nice 2-man Boundless Strike onto Constabile and Thielecore. Static Storm comes out, will not really do much. Wrong hitting from the long range with the Winter Wyvern. Alchemist disconnects. GG is called, and Keen Gaming will continue their run at ESL Hamburg 2017, and SG getting knocked out. I would say a lot of people expected more from them. Keen Gaming was kind of under the radar, qualifying for the Chinese qualifier for the first major of the season, but they're showing like they're a pretty good team. Did pretty well in game 1 against SG Esports. Game 2 was a bit iffy, but I mean they showed it in this game here. It was domination throughout. There's a couple of really good plays there from SG. They showed moments where they might be able to come back, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. And Keen Gaming will take the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast, and I'll see you all in the next one. I'm probably casting the EG versus newbie game, so I'll see you guys for that. And peace out, everyone.